Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name's Peebee, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peebs. Before getting too deep into here, let's make it plain and simple. This video contains heavy spoilers for Shadowbringers 5.0. And we mentioned a couple things in 5.1, but nothing too spoilery, so don't worry about that. Did you think Shadowbringers was about you? How vain. I'm kidding, just joking. But yeah, Shadowbringers isn't about you. Shadowbringers is Ardbert's story, and we're going to discuss that today. Before getting into that, if you like this kind of video, you like lore, deep dives, analysis, or just nerdy stuff in general, well honey, you're home. Hit that subscribe button, because listen, we tend to do nerdy here pretty well. Alright, let's get into Ardbert's story. And not yours. Shadowbringers' introduction is bar none so far having played Endwalker. Start there. You are brought into a brand new world where you're immediately dealing with a major threat that you've never heard about. So you're dealing with the Sin Eaters and you're having your heart stomped on. Yes. Pretty fucking quickly too. You're dealing with an abundance of light, which you never knew could even be a problem. You understand that, oh my god, there's these white Sin Eater things that are destroying the world. Yes, you know there's some other stuff going on. There's something in the Garleans down home. And you understand that there is an Ascian putting around. But quickly you're reintroduced to the Warrior of Light. It is the first Warrior of Light, Ardbert. He has been walking around as nothing more than a shade for 100 years, watching the world that he fought so dearly to save be overrun, being killed, being tormented by Sin Eaters, watching an Ascian, the same one that fucked him up the first time, deal with his people, deal with the relationship relationship seems like a hard word to say. Let's try that again. Deal with the relationships that he's built. Simply put, he is now just a gray matter. And it's torturous over the 100 years. You meet him, and his role is small but amicable. He's likable. And boy, does that change. Alright, listen, like every other expansion, I'm gonna pause you right there. Not really, because most other expansions you got an idea who the big bad is before you walk in. I didn't know Emmett Selk was going to be the big bad, did you? Honestly? Anyway, most expansions, every expansion, sorry, you end up going zone to zone. You have a reason to go, something pushes you to the next zone to figure out more of the story, solve some kind of riddle, kill a big bad. Well, this is no exception. You're killing the Sin Eaters, you're killing the larger Sin Eaters that I forget their names that I'm sure you'll remind me of in the comments. And every new zone is introduced with a beautiful description by Ardbert. Before even getting into that, let's talk about Joe Dempsey for a second, the voice actor. What the hell? That man is incredibly talented. He can make every word he says convey a different emotion and it all be extremely believable. And he's, you know. It feels like you're reading Ardbert's diary in his own voice. So you're saying, oh, well, when I went through this zone, it's got that feeling. Now, this is not a new concept. We had that with Edmond de Fulton and Lys. The only difference is with Edmond de Fulton, he's writing your story. Your story. He's writing the end of the Dragon Song War. That's the book you're reading. You finish the expansion and he closes the book because he finished writing it. It's a lot like Lord of the Rings in that sense. Lys is telling you of the places she knew when she was growing up. You are a stranger walking into these lands, and she is the local guide. Ardbert is reading it out of his diary. This is what he experienced while there when he adventured into it. This is who he met. These are the cities he met. This is his opinions of the people that he met. Sad, happy moments. He lets you know about them. Ilmeg was the first zone that I clued into who the hero of this story really was. Spoiler alert, Seto gave it away. Seto is a type of creature who cannot convey his feelings until long after his master has passed. So only now is he actually able to speak and convey his true thoughts. And Seto's story is exactly what we all wish our pets would think of us. It's an admiration, a love, a cherish for Artbert. He cherishes the necklace that he makes us go get, because to him it meant the world. It was his partner in crime, which I thought was real cute, because that's something you would say to your pet, right? I call him my little buddy, my little buddy. Of course, your girl who's got weak knees cried, but still, it's a beautiful moment. And once after that, the quests seem to talk more about him, and then you speak more to Artbert, and alright, once that happened, I was on board and I was looking for those hints and cues that it was we were playing in his field. I started looking back. Artbert's adventures end it with an Ascian. You can guess who. Probably. It's probably Emmett. I gotta admit, it's more than likely Emmett, because Emmett is the one who came to fuck with them the most. So, chances are it's him. And Artbert has had to deal with the consequences of his decisions for 100 years. He's watched his world go from an epic victory to a tragedy, and then continuing down that hole. And I'd even argue that he's probably even been watching Emmett Selk corrupt his people. How fucked up is that? Either way, we get his story a lot more after Ilmeg, and it brings you to tears most times? Okay, it brings me to tears, but still, every moment in the inn, every time a cutscene comes along and he's beside me, it starts to feel more familiar, it starts to feel better, and I start to understand the Warrior of Light. After realizing this and continuing on with the story, his story is now intertwined with yours, and you as the player feel happy to hand him the torch, give him the big W, and let him have the coup de grace on Emmett Selk. Honestly, if it would have gave me the choice and said, hey, can I give the final blow? It would have been, hell yes, buddy. You got it. You want his story to end well. You want his endeavors to not fall on deaf ears. You want him hailed as a hero. And let me say, the fact that you end a video game that way is fucking genius. This is a video game. I'm the hero. I'm the butt kicker. I'm the one solving problems. I'm the one going places. I kill the baddies. But no. This entire storyline completely challenges that in a whole new way, which is incredible. When we finally face Emmett Selk, we are not alone. Yeah, I know the Scions are there, the Exarch is there, but internally we are not alone. We are becoming one. And this is as much Artbert's battle as ours. Remember, Emmett Selk is his enemy too. And he's ready and willing to give up the last bit of life that he has to make sure the little fucker goes down. I say little fucker, I loved Emmett Selk. Emmett Selk deserves his own video on his own. So then the moment comes and he's here to help. One brings shadow, one brings light. And oh baby, did he ever bring the light. I grab his axe. I cry like a baby. We do all the bad stuff to Emmett Selk. I cry a little more. And then realizing that he's now part of me. But at the end, when he crosses that line, when he meets up with his party, oh bitch, I cry. That's the ugly crying. That's when all bets are off the table. This isn't, I am out of it. He finally can rest. Truly, his soul is now united in death with his party, with his friends, and he does not have to walk the world as a shade anymore. And the clean axe is its own symbol in its own. The fact that that's his moving on, that he is no longer part of our world. Oh, this is his story, and he ended beautifully. You know, when you finish Shadowbringers 5.0, I didn't win. I didn't beat the game. It really, they encapsulated that feeling of, we did it. You did it. You finally went home. And that's okay. I'm glad to share that victory. Ardbert won. Now, it's no secret that I think the writing is fucking extraordinary. Absolutely. And there's even more genius into the patches. I'm not at 5.3, so I know stuff's coming. I don't know what, but I heard it will involve tears. Either way, getting back to the story here, there's genius in how the Garlean problem is only being really touched in 5.1. There's genius in how we're finally looking at Estinien, we're finally looking at Tataru. We could have went back 100 times in the middle of Shadowbringers 5.0, but we didn't. We stayed there telling Ardbert's story. That's intentional. Which, yes, listen, everything in that game's intentional. Remember, Final Fantasy plays a long game. But yeah, you know you've got Xenos being Xenos. You've got the Black Rose. You've got Garleans. You've got to help your friends get home. And you deal with those things in the patches. Because the focus is Ardbert. At least that's how I read it. Listen, I could be wrong, and I'm sure you'll let me know. Please let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of it. Am I off base? Am I on top of it? It's one reading. If you like this video, though, give me a big old thumbs up. If you didn't, well, cool. Be honest with me. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Bonus points if you tell me why you didn't like it. Feedback is the best way to improve. And if you like lore videos like these, you like nerdy stuff, you like Final Fantasy, gaming, or me, I don't know, hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, ring that bell. That way you'll get notifications every time I go live or upload, which, bitch, we do a lot. I stream 3 nights a week and upload at least a video a week, which we've been going ham on, because why not? If I've got the content, we're going. Alright, well, thanks so much for being here. Have a legendary day, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. Soken, you sneaky son of a bitch. You put all of the foreshadowing for 5.0 Shadowbringers in the title music. You nailed it, but still sneaky, sneaky.